Now in the previous video, we have learned how to select collision resolution techniques, and we have talked about pros and cons of these techniques. In this lecture, let's see practical use of hashing. The first example where the hashing is used is password on servers. So whenever we enter our password in any website, all it does is it takes our password and converts it to hash value and stores it on servers. So the next time when we want to log in our account, the password that we have entered gets converted to a hash value using a hash function. Then the server checks if this value exists in this database or not. If it exists there, it allows us to enter our account. So let's make it clear using this example over here. Now let's say this is our personal computer and this is Google servers. And we want to create an account on Google from our Mac over here. So as soon as we filled all necessary fields, Google servers have two options. The first option is to save our password as it is. Let's say our password is 123456, so it saves it as it is. Now the problem in this case is, by any chance, if this server gets hacked, the hacker will have all user information including their password, which will be very disastrous. So to overcome that problem, the hashing is the best fit. So all we have to do in this case, instead of storing all passwords, we store hash values of them by using hash function. So the advantage of this option is, even the servers get hacked, hackers will not get password information because of hashing function. Because a hashing function is a one-way traffic, which means we can only get hash value from the key. We cannot get the key from the hash value. So the hacker will never get access to our actual passwords. They will just get these hash values from the servers. So this is a very safe way of storing passwords in servers. Now another important point over here is, when a user wants to access his account, the password that he entered gets converted to hash value, and the server checks that if this hash value exists in the database or not. If it exists, the user gets access to their account, otherwise they cannot log in. So you see that the technique of hashing is used in password authentication, and this is a very secure way of. Now let's continue to the next practical use of hashing, which is file systems. So here, file path is mapped to the physical location on the disk. Now as you see, we have some files in our temporary file folder over here. So let's see how these files are stored in hard disk of our personal computer. So if we divide our hard disk into sectors, the question is, how does the system know the exact location of these files in these hard disk sectors? So here again, the concept of hashing comes to the place. So here, the path of file is taken as a key, then converted to the hash value, and this hash value is used to store the physical location of that file on hard disk. So let's say we have taken this file over here and converted to hash value, and we get 1. So we store this path at the index of 1 over here in the hash table, and the physical location of this file also stored in this hash table over here. Let's say it's sector 4. Now the next time when we want to know the physical location of this file, we apply hashing and get hash value. Then based on this hash value, we get the physical location of this file on hard disk over here. Now you need to take into account that the actual implementation of file system is more complex and different from the way that we explained over here. But the logic behind it remains same. That's why I just explained here a very simple version of it. Now with this, we have completed our practical use of hashing. Here we have looked at just 2 examples, but there are many examples in the world of computer science which are using hashing. Now in the next lecture, let's see pros and cons of hashing, and let's compare it with other data structures to see the difference between them. So see you in the next lecture.